Okay, so we're going to have a quick video on ordering decimals. This is a question we're going to be looking at. So put the following numbers in ascending order. Okay, so the numbers we have are 2.5, 2.52, 2.2, 5.2, and 5.25. Okay, so things you've got to understand when you're doing these kinds of problems is place value, what do the digits represent in comparison to the size of the numbers, and also some keywords. So the first keyword, put the following numbers in ascending order. You need to be confident with what we mean by ascending. Okay, if you were to ascend something, that means you're to go up it. So if you were to ascend a mountain, you were to go up the mountain. So that means you're getting higher and higher and higher as you go up the mountain. So that means getting bigger. So you're going to start with your smallest and then go to your biggest. Cool. So let's have a look at comparing these numbers then. So first of all, I'm going to do a quick place value diagram. We're going to start off with units. Then we'll have tenths, and then we'll have hundredths. Okay, I might as well do how many numbers we've got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Okay, so we know that our decimal point is always going to be between our units and our tenths. So when we're placing our numbers into this diagram, we know whereabouts they stand. So let's put them all in place now. So we've got 2.5. So the decimal would be here. I can put it in there as well. Then we've got 2.5 with 2 tenths. 2.2, 0.2, that's that one done. Now 5.2. And then 5.25. Okay, first of all, we can, whenever we want to fill out these numbers, we can put a 0 in the hundredths column, because adding 0 hundredths to this number is not going to change it. So if you feel better comparing when you have zeros in the columns where you're missing something, that is fine. Okay, so when comparing your numbers, you basically want to work your way from left to right, looking at where we have our smallest numbers. Okay, so first of all, let's look at our units. We have 3 numbers that start with a 2 in the units and 2 that start with a 5. So these 2 numbers are definitely bigger than these numbers here. Okay, so we can just think about them later. Let's just consider the top 3 now. So now we know we're just looking at these top 3. We move on to the next column, which is our tenths. This has 5 tenths, this has 5 tenths, this has 2 tenths. So we don't even need to look at this next column to know that this number here, 2.2, as it was written up here, is our smallest number. Okay, no matter what number you have after these 5s, they cannot be smaller than this because they have more tenths. Okay, so our first number, our smallest number, is going to be 2.2. Let's write that next. Okay, now you could start again and compare your units and then your tenths, but we know from what we've just done that these 2 have the same units, they have the same tenths, so now we go on to the next column. Okay, so now we have our top one has 0 hundredths and our bottom one has 2 hundredths. Okay, so this one has hundredths, this one doesn't, so this must be slightly bigger than this one. So that means our next smallest number is going to be 2.5. And then the only other one that's got a 2 in the units and then 5 in the tenths is this one, so this must be the next biggest. Okay, next up, we need to look at the 2 numbers left, which is these 2. Okay, so we don't even need to think about them top 3. We have 5 units and 5 units, so the same in the units column. We have 2 tenths in both of them, so the same in the tenths column. This one here has 0 hundredths, and this has 5 hundredths. So this bottom number is 5 hundredths bigger than this number. Okay, so that means our next number is going to be 5.2. and our last number has to be 5.25. Okay, so hopefully you can see that these two numbers here, although there are less digits in this number, 5.2 is in fact bigger than 2.52. Okay, lots of students, rather than taking their time to understand where the decimals are and compare them in the correct place value, will just see this as being smaller than this because there's less numbers. Okay, so you need to have a quick diagram if that helps. If not, you can just literally look at each of them, look at our compare all of our units to begin with, so we can do all of them, then compare our tenths, and you can just do it like that. But just having this diagram and an understanding will make you able to do them questions.